Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. Here's Mecole Hardman. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And he will score. Touchdown.
Flag on the play. Yeah, yeah. That's a flag on the play. Yeah, yeah. Flag on the play. Hold up. That's a flag on the play. Let's go. Touchdown. I just scored a whole bucket. I just dropped the bag on the tag. Ain't nothing. Make them throw a flag when I pass. Come through stunning. Call me tired, girl, and hit the hole. Then I'm running. Get money. You ain't trying to get that second flag on the play. Hating from the sideline. A flag on the play. Like Julio with them Falcons. I just made a play. In the red zone. Going strong. Watch me shake and bake. Let's go. I just took off with that rock. Just like Tyreek Hill. I just count 100 racks. That's a whole field. He don't want no championship. Get him out of here. I just got to set like I run up in the backfield. I just got to set like I ran up on a quarterback. Shake and bake.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
Now Haskins on first down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And finally he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. A big play there on the first play of the game. 41 yards.
35-yard line.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Here's Haskins to throw. This goes to Barber, the running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A gain of 9.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. It's hauled in here by Edmond. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. 25 yards for the touchdown. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
Makes this Washington 7, Packers nothing. Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will make it into the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at about the 32. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot, right, and that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
A gain of 45 yards.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down. Now Jones. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
A gain of 5.
When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Is on the return. Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's got it complete to Anderson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
The 27-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now it's Haskins. This to McLaurin out on the left side. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 35.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Big Kenny Clark that time, pushing upfield to make the tackle for loss. Now on 2nd and 13. Haskins eluding the pressure right. Caught. It's Dontrell Inman. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And goal to go.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Here's Barber. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. One more time with Barber. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Smith on the stop.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Now Haskins into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
1st and 10.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line.
It's a
gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
The 11-yard line.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
It's 3rd down.
Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3 and out and giving the ball back to their offense.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Barber. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kenny Clark able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. So now on 4th down, Washington will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins.
31-yard attempt.
Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Rodgers on target there to Lazard. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play. Caught by Jones. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
The 33-yard line.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 4-yard line.
Now Haskins down around his goal line. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
This time they stay on the ground. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to.
Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Flushed out right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Oh, Thomas unable to reel that one in, and that'll make it 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Oh, the return is Irvin. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking deep for Adams. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
At the 24-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down, Green Bay.
On first down, Rodgers. Jones has it. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
They're 48-yard.
Now left side on the swing pass. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Washington. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, and now third and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Haskins not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for this. They'll try and throw for it with Haskins. And my goodness, goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop.
Well, let's go back to the start of the season talk, Charles. We talked about some 2-0 and 0-2 teams. You mentioned Arizona, maybe a good surprise. Houston, a bad surprise. Any other teams a surprise at this point to you?
Well, I think that I would look at the Los Angeles Rams right out of the gate. At home against Dallas, opening their new stadium. Many thought Dallas would go out west and beat them. That didn't happen. Then how about the Rams going on the road this week and beating Philadelphia, and decisively? This looks like a Rams team that finished 9-7 last year. It has designs on challenging for the division title. And one other team I would throw in there is a little bit of a surprise, just by how it's gone down. How about Atlanta? I know it's tough against Seattle, tough against Dallas. Seattle was at home, but they got jumped on by Seattle. And in the Dallas game...
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Chase Young, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. To at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. It'll be a gain of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
On downs.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Barber, and that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Packers' 49-yard line.
Here's Haskins, a quick throw out wide. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Haskins. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's McKissick. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Fighting his way through contact. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 15.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On second down, Barber. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a two-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
The kickoff for Washington.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Packers take over first and 10.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
It's a gain of 17.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Rodgers. Complete to Jones.
Rodgers.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Able to find Lazard. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
First down.
Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on first down. Back to throw, Rodgers. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards, the pickup there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And that's complete to Lewis. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Green Bay.
From 17 yards out. And the Packers are back within a score. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score.
Washington 16. Packers 14.
So still a little over 40 seconds to go. Time enough to put a drive together if they can get this onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Here's Barber. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Haskins on the...
Isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still third and long.
On the keeper.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they can pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
So it's Washington getting the victory here. And I think you'd have to label this an upset. Yes, they were at home, but still an upset. They got the job done.
Yeah, even being at home was not enough for people to think they were going to pull this one off. But give them credit for playing not just a smart football game, but one where they were going to be physical about the whole thing. They put up their fists and said, let's fight, and showed their crowd that they were into this one.
And then that's the thing. The crowd responded. They were really good in this game.
Yeah, they were not going to be pushed around. They were not going to be intimidated. They refused to back down and came away with a victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Washington football team as we say so long from FedEx Field.